Welcome to TPM Vid's Disney Beat, where we talk about all things Disney. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to be notified when we upload a new video. We also have Instagram and Twitter. You can find us at TPM Videos. Audio animatronics are a Disney staple when it comes to rides and attractions at the theme parks. For decades, the animatronics in Star Tours have been the only Star Wars characters present at the parks. Well, that is until Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. This new 14-acre land features quite a few audio animatronics that transport you to the planet of Batuu. Now, this is all happening currently at Disneyland in California, but soon you'll be able to experience Galaxy's Edge at Disney's Hollywood Studios in Walt Disney World on August 29th. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the best animatronics Disney has created to date, while sharing some secrets, hidden details, and fun facts. So sit back as we count down the top 7 animatronic secrets of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Number 7. Let's start off by heading into Black Spire Outpost Marketplace. Once you're inside, right here beside the restrooms, you'll find this water fountain station. You may have noticed the sign on the holding tank, and when we translate it from Arabesh, it reads, "Warning, this water is not safe to consume for most life forms. Please drink with caution." Now, don't worry, the water is completely safe to drink in Black Spire Outpost. But if you do go and drink from one of the fountains, you may be greeted by a little hidden surprise. Living in the water tank is the one-eyed Noga Monster, and you may remember this creature from the compactor scene in Episode 4, A New Hope. Well, Imagineers hid this animatronic in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge as a fun little Easter egg, and it's also an interactive figure since it's activated when someone presses one of the water buttons. Now, there seem to be a couple different variations of movements from this creature, but if you happen to catch this sequence where it fully extends out of the water, you get a great glimpse into how detailed this animatronic really is. Number 6. The creature stall in the marketplace is where you can find many exotic creatures and critters from across the galaxy. There's everything in here, from these cute porgs to temperamental Loth Cats. Now, this is a baby Loth Cat, which you can buy and take home. But in the center of the shop, you'll find the mother in her cage. She's kept locked away due to the temperamental nature of the species. Depending on the amount of people in the stall, it's an easy figure to miss. But Disney Imagineering delivered another fantastic audio animatronic. The Loth Cat was first introduced in the Star Wars Rebels animated series, and watching this figure come to life in Galaxy's Edge, it's a lot of fun. With the wag of a tail along with each breath, the figure's movements are limited in terms of audio animatronic technology, but they're very convincing. Seeing an animatronic breathe brings so much life into a figure, just like that sleeping monk on Spaceship Earth at Epcot. Even though the Loth Cat can be a bit temperamental, don't you just want to reach in the cage and pet it? Look how cute she is! Number 5. We've checked our watch, and yes, it's time to head into Ronto Roasters, one of the quick service restaurants in Galaxy's Edge. After following the smell of grilled meat, once you're inside, you'll find some Ronto, a beast native to the planet of Tatooine, being grilled by this pod racing engine. With each hiss of the engine, this impressive grilling apparatus is powered by another audio animatronic. 8DJ8, the former smelter droid, is a brand new character that was introduced into the Star Wars canon right here in Galaxy's Edge. It's easy to pull off these droid characters with simple animatronics since their actions and movements can be pretty robotic as it is. 8D smelter droids were first introduced in Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, and are usually programmed to have minimal intelligence. So having 8DJ8 perform this simple task of grilling meat, it's a perfect fit for this type of droid. Now, although the figure's mouth doesn't move, it does have dialogue that plays continuously in the restaurant. With the echo from the domed ceiling, plus the hissing of the engine and the murmur of guests, it is kinda hard to hear a lot of it, but Just to give you an idea of what he sounds like, take a listen to this.
Does that Hondo's crew still in the game? And this will make some fine sausage.
Number 4. The Droid Depot is where you can build your own customizable droid, but it's also where you can find a couple more audio animatronics. Behind the cash desk, you'll find this cage that holds an R2 and a BB unit. Although these figures are confined to this small space, they actually have quite a bit of movement while communicating with each other. It's actually quite entertaining watching these two droids have a conversation. A fun little secret with these figures is that their colors are the reverse of R2-D2 and BB-8. Instead of the BB unit being orange, it's blue, and instead of the R2 unit being blue, it's orange. Now, there is an R2-D2 replica animatronic that you can buy in the Droid Depot for the hefty price of $25,000. That's a lot of money. It's a fully functioning figure, and sometimes there's a cast member operating the droid in the depot. So you may get a chance to see this animatronic in action as well on your next trip to Galaxy's Edge. Number 3. Over at Oga's Cantina, you can indulge in some delicious specialty drinks while enjoying the musical entertainment from DJ Rex.
That's right! You heard it right here at Oga's Cantina!
This animatronic droid is a small but extremely fluid figure, and Rex actually has a pretty rich history at the Disney parks. Before becoming the resident DJ of the Cantina, Rex was formerly known as RX-24 and used to pilot the Starspeeder ship on Star Tours. He was voiced by actor Paul Reubens, who's well known as Pee Wee Herman.
I meant to do that. A little shortcut.
For Galaxy's Edge, Imagineers wanted the land to be as authentic as possible. So, Paul Reubens was brought back to voice DJ Rex in the Cantina.
What do you get when you have an R-unit singing in a song? Play a chart-topping song like Hula Bookie, of course.
Now, it's ironic that the theme parks Disney is building Galaxy's Edge in, that being Disneyland and Disney's Hollywood Studios, are both of the parks where you can find Star Tours. In our recycled animatronics video, we talked about Rex and how although he no longer moves, he can still be found in the Star Tours queue at both parks, muttering some of his old dialogue.
I meant to do that.
And speaking of old dialogue, when Imagineers were writing new dialogue for Rex, they made sure to include a couple nods to Star Tours. In the Cantina, Rex malfunctions, and just before he shuts down, he mutters this.
Sorry, folks. I'm sure I'll do better next time.
It was my first time, and I'm still getting used to my part.
At the end of your Star Tours flight, he used to say,
Hey, sorry folks. I'm sure to do better next time. It was my first flight and I'm still getting used to my programming. Hey!
It's pretty much the exact same piece of dialogue. And you know that famous Star Tours chime? Yeah, that one? Well, Rex's reboot sound is actually the Star Tours chime.
Hi there! Customers! I better get started.
It's really exciting seeing Rex back in action, but you're probably wondering, how did he end up on the planet of Batuu? Well, there is a story for it, and it starts with Rex flunking his way at a Star Tours. He found his way into the Rebellion and into the Battle of Jakku. In an epic TIE fighter chase, Rex crashes into Batuu, where the droid smith Mubo finds him. Mubo recycles and repairs Rex at the Droid Depot, where he was given the new name of R3X. And in an effort to pay off a debt, he was given to Oga at the Cantina. Now, we haven't seen any sources saying Rex in the Cantina was recycled from an old animatronic from Star Tours, but you can probably bet that the original mold was recycled here in this fantastic audio animatronic.
I can't leave the cantina! I'm bolted down!
Number 2. Next, we're gonna head into Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities, and when it comes to advanced audio animatronic figures, Disney delivers big time in here. Doc Ondar, who's the head of the Black Market and Black Spire Outpost, has collected many treasures and placed them here in the shop. and this big, gritty Ithorian is ready to barter with visitors who come to Blackspire Outpost. When you're up close, the detail on this figure is so impressive. With many subtle movements, from his eyes blinking to head movements and the ever so subtle cheek movements while he mumbles, you're convinced you're face to face with a living Ithorian.
Today we get 2, next week 1 more. They couldn't get a freighter big enough for the cargo.
It's absolutely incredible how fluid and lifelike Disney's animatronics have gotten over the years, and the fact that he's so large makes the figure even more impressive. Now, Doc Ondar is a fairly new character in the Star Wars canon, briefly being mentioned in Solo. Even though Doc Ondar can be a bit grumpy and temperamental, this audio animatronic is definitely one of the best figures Disney has produced. But he isn't the only highly impressive animatronic in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Number 1. Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run is home to one of the most advanced audio animatronics Disney has developed to date. As you make your way through Onaka Transport Solutions, you'll come face to face with the droid R5P8 and a life-size Hondo Onaka in the pre-show. And wow, is this animatronic impressive.
Well, I had a bad feeling about that last group, but this is the group I've been waiting for, yes! Come in!
Hondo Onaka made his first appearance in the Clone Wars, and he was voiced by Jim Cummings. With keeping authenticity in check, Imagineers brought Jim Cummings back to voice Hondo, and his sarcastic sense of humor is brought right to life with this animatronic.
What is that? How could that have happened? We don't even deliver ion disruptors. They're illegal. You know that.
Hondo is a hybrid of an A1000 advanced figure which precedes the A100 figures introduced in the 80s, along with custom-built elements. These A1000 figures incorporate electric functions that replaced hydraulic functions, allowing the figures to move in a hyper-realistic manner. When you walk into the pre-show, if you didn't know he was an audio animatronic, you'd be convinced it was an actor dressed as Hondo Onaka. That is how convincing and fluid this animatronic figure is.
I am Hondo Onaka, and this is Onaka Transport Solutions. Today, I am offering the opportunity of a lifetime. I need flight crews to transport this valuable merchandise across the galaxy.
And honestly, it's worth experiencing Smuggler's Run just to see this audio animatronic in action.
Move along, my friends. Listen carefully and remember, the better you work together, the more you earn.
Now there is one attraction in Galaxy's Edge that is yet to open, and that's Rise of the Resistance. This trackless dark ride is supposed to feature many audio animatronics, so it's gonna be exciting to see what's in store once the attraction opens. So what's your favorite audio animatronic in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge? Do you think we'll see figures as advanced as Hondo in Rise of the Resistance? I'd love to know your thoughts. Leave a comment down below to start a conversation, and don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. If you have any videos from the Disney parks that you'd like to share with us to be used in future videos, follow the link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. Click the TPM icon on the screen to subscribe to this channel, and check out some of these other videos which we're sure you'll like.